Major update on Sacramento State. They are nearing a deal with the MAC Conference, the Mid-Atlantic Conference. Group of 5 conference for entry fee of $15 million. We've been talking about, obviously, this deal and which conference they're going to join. I think initially they tried to join the Mountain West. Well, the Mountain West obviously just accepted North Dakota State in order to play football for the 2026 season. We'll see if they're obviously able to stay in that the rest of the way. But this is big because Sacramento State has put a lot into their athletics program, especially when it comes to football. You look at the money they spent, the players they've landed. I know Jaden Rashada, a former 5-star, didn't pan out, but they're putting a lot of money into their program in order to kind of attract different things, right? And I think them going to the MAC is big because you got, standout teams and fun teams that obviously watching that conference, right? Think of NIU, Northern Illinois, Marshall, Ohio, the Bobcats, right? You have Miami of Ohio. They're one of the best teams in college basketball. I know it's a different sport, but very entertaining matchups to say the least, man. And I think it'd be good for Sac State because then you're playing Power 5 football, or Power 4 football, I should say, excuse me. And then it just makes it easier to attract recruits, in my opinion. They've already been doing it, but now you have a landscape, you have a atmosphere, you have a platform where, hey, we're playing, obviously, group of 6, with the potential chance if we play good every single season, we can obviously be at this totem pole or at this level. So I think that's obviously big for them in their recruiting pitch, landing top guys and continue to obviously be a standout program. Now, we'll see if that leads to wins. We'll see if that leads to more top recruits. And if that leads to more people obviously committing to their university, right? Several guys from Georgia alone, not Georgia University, but the state of Georgia that played high school football have also committed to Sac State. So a big move, man. $15 million entry, paying a lot of money to obviously have this and land this and have this happen. So massive for the MAC Conference, man. Interesting to see what happens next. But I think it's a good move for them as they continue to try to move up. And I love that some of these FCS schools are trying to just better themselves and better their programs and continue to, make the moves necessary in order to be on that landscape. And like I said, I think eventually the CFP playoff, the NCAA, they're going to have to expand it a little bit just to make sure you get an inclusion of all these teams. I think instead of just a 16 team, right, or a 12 team, excuse me, go 16 or 20, right? Give everybody a chance. We know the top of the top, the Georgias, the Alabamas, the Oklahomas, the Texas, the Ohio States, the Michigans. We all know they're going to be at the top, right? There's no question about that. But make it a level playing field where some of these teams can get in. Yes, some may get smacked, but it does a lot for their program, especially if they can advance because they're getting more revenue coming their way, and they can obviously disperse that between their program, especially if the football team balls. Go look at Miami and what they did this past year. Over $20 million they earned just going from the first round of playoffs all the way to the national championship game, right? Now, I'm not saying a group of 5 teams is going to do that, but what I am saying that it could be beneficial if they win a first-round game or if they get an upset. I'm not saying it's going to always be common, y'all, but it's so much parity in the sport of college football right now, anything can happen. So, love the inclusivity, love that they're making this move for their program and their team and the athletics department. And we'll see, obviously, in the next few years or even this upcoming year if it pays dividends. Comment down below what you guys think of this move.